We thought that this would be a great situation where we see in a very local setting how the change in consumers' values and expectations drives the demand for new products and new solutions.
Here what we've done is we've taken the forest and we've cleared away the vines and we've let the light filter through and we've planted coffee. This is passive organic. The amount of harvest that we're going to get out of here will be less per plant than what's down there. But the investment is much less. It doesn't cost us as much. So we're trying to find an equilibrium here. And that's what Pfaff Coffees is creating in the areas around here with these partner farmers of ours.
There are a lot of people that think that sustainability is here and business is here. No, we believe that those things should go together. Recently, we just developed the environmental profit and loss, which is how you can put all these measurements together in financial terms into P&L numbers. So then we can, in management and when we are making decisions, put everything in the same currency.
This is Brazil, and we are here. Rio is here. Minas is here. These three cities produces 90% of all the media audiences in the country. The world is becoming less local, and the stories and the challenges, more than the stories that we are having, doesn't fit anymore in that kind of categorization.
You can't think about change anymore. It's not change anymore. Actually, this is the normal behavior. So, and when change becomes the normal behavior, it's not change anymore. So it's the new constant. So this is the new way of approaching businesses. We're going to change every day.
Design is all about restrictions, and I think this kind of market that we visit face a lot of challenges and restrictions and problems. You know, the way they are like changing the entire financial services and user experience services that Nubank did, or the way Kubo are connecting, you know, entrepreneurs in a very large city like São Paulo. So all these restrictions that they are, you know, seeing as an opportunity, it's amazing.
The owner of this area was the government of Brazil, the union. But the union didn't know how to transform it and use it. We know our city, we love our city, but we know that the people don't talk to the government and the government don't listen to the population. Our team at SP Urbanismo, we are prepared to listen to people and translate all these needs to a project.
We're always trying to kind of find meaning in the work that we're doing and how people can think about being responsive to the environment and apply that to be responsive to people.
Our main goal is to make this guy use this money to gain some time, to use this time to produce some job or something and gain more money.
So your basic is an investment that you're
yes, first.
There are over 50 million people that don't have a bank account in Brazil. I would like to foster the idea that if we can help them here, maybe they can help themselves do something, then get some money and then start to make the wheel run.
We connect companies, big companies and makers. In the maker movement, what we do is we don't make big slides. Usually we try to make something, what we call a dirty prototype. And here is a platform ready to do this kind of thing. But first is really to try to share our ideas with tangible things. So this is what we do here.
And you can put sensors like external.
So basically in Brazil, there exists a false promise from the government that everybody has access to healthcare, but it's not actually true because it can take about a year to see a doctor. So Dr. Consulta is a company of medical centers spread out through São Paulo that gives access to affordable and excellent healthcare at a low cost. We started in a favela. It took 3 years for us to get out of the favela because, you know, to test the model and make sure it was all kind of working, and then we started expanding. We need to make sure that we have a high level of production.
Yes,
so the more patients that come in, the better it is. So we kind of treat Dr. Consulta a bit like an airline. So we use overbooking, for example.
We were not sure we were going to succeed. It was just an experiment, just collecting inputs. And that is still very much rooted in everything we do today. We measure everything. If you don't measure, you don't control. If you don't control, you can't manage.
We have metrics for the whole business, and not only what happens here, but what happens in all the chain. We are all a network, integrated. We develop ourselves together because it's better if everybody's in the same place. Let's align objectives here.
How do you build a network with an editorial vision, but not an editor that say this is important? How do you build an algorithm that can take out of the network information that we know collectively that it's false? This is a challenge, but it's absolutely feasible. We have to build an alternative to politicize this space to the many people who want, yes, to be challenged, but more than this, wants to build an updated political and media system in the world.
It may be that we're at a bigger kind of possible paradigm shift where we really start to take seriously not just sustainability, but actually go over here to the adaptive side of the scale and say, what is here in this world that we can work with, build on, what is existing? That's it. It's observing context, users, nature, and then working with it. And that's adapting, working with it.